what I'm coming in here now, I'm doing the antis Chrysler. So as you see, this was routed out that I showed you once before. So now I got these magnets holding this in place, and I'm gonna come in and start tack welding this up. Alright, now I'm gonna come in and open this all up here, guys. Alright, so if you see here, I got this pretty close. So now I just want to come in. Alright guys, hey, so that's that piece all welded in there, guys. Like I say, I don't have like a shield when I'm welding to show myself welding and stuff. I don't want to hurt your eyes, guys, but I'm just going through like the steps that it take. So now with this, I'll put a slight slim of mud, you know, I'll grind these on down, little spot welds, little holes that were still there. Look like I might have one or two more right there that I have to get. I have to just look at them because I can't get a light in back of here. That's normally how I check if I'm working on a door panel or something, I can put a light on the inside of the door and it'll show me if I still got little pinholes there. But that's another reason why, guys, I take the seam sealer, paintable seam sealer, so I can prime over the top of that seam sealer, and I just go around where my welds are, and it's gonna seal off any little pinholes that I can't see or can't get to, especially if I can't get the light behind there. Look like I might have one more little hole right here. I try to get them all out, guys, before I body work, but I always put seam sealers, primable, you know, paintable seam sealer over this, and it'll seal off any little pinholes, guys. I have never had it come back bubble, because that's the thing about any of this work, guys, that you do. I don't care, you know, if you put new metal in there, if you got air that can get in from the back side or whatever panel you putting in, it's gonna start to bubble and come back. That's why I put the seam sealer, just in case I don't get all my little pinholes. It's gonna seal it off, and air won't be able to get to the body work after I put the body filler over this, prime it and paint it. All right, so as you see, coming in now, I'm cutting this piece in. Like I say, guys, if you know how to weld, you know how to weld. I'm not the best welder, so I'm not going to really show you, you know, me welding these pieces, because I notice most people that show themselves welding, they have a darkened lens. So, you know, looking at that bright light, those sparks, you know, won't mess with your eyes. So I try not to show myself torching or welding. You know, I kind of show the start and the end. But all right, so as you see, I got tack here, got some tacks here, got a tack here. Now what I like to do a lot of time, guys, is over, you know, I got this, you know, welded with a gap, but this bottom part, instead of taking my time grinding this all down and getting it to fit, what I like to do, guys, is tack it in there, hammer this, make sure this is flush. Then I come in and cut this bottom piece out, guys. So that's what I'm doing here. I got a mask on, whether you can see me or not, because these sparks are gonna probably be flying right back in my face. So now guys, this is just how I find it's easier for me to do. It's easier for me to come in and do that way. Now all I gotta do, I tap this in, it's actually falling in there flush already. Then I come in and weld this bottom piece in, because what I did, I welded a bottom piece in the bottom down here already to make sure this is strong. I gotta, you know, grind it down some up under here so the bumper fit flush. So I welded a piece, just a small piece in the bottom already, so this is ready. Then all I have to do is tack this piece in. Don't gotta do much, guys. I just want it to fall in there flush. So now I got that piece welded in there, guys, nice and solid. Like I say, I'm not the best welder, but I do get the job done. All of these little tacks, I grinded it, seen where little pinholes was, hit those little pinholes up, guys. So this is all good. So now all I got to do is come in and just grind this whole piece down and put the seam filler over it, and then the body filler. So something else, guys, I don't want to grind too long in one spot, because then you'll heat the metal up and get the metal to warp. So I want to jump around. And if you have to, then you come in and spray it down with the compressed air, get it to cool down. But if you like skip around, you should be okay. So another reason I like to do these videos, guys, doing body repair, paying somebody to do this type of work, it's hard to find somebody, guys. That's why if you're young, you're better off trying to, and you mechanically inclined, it's better to try to pick up and get you some tools and pick up on how to do this yourself, guys, because you know, just collision work is what the shops do today, really. You know, collision work, you come in and somebody got a front bumper, a hood, and a fender. You place that, you're getting $5,000–$6,000, $7,000 just to put those pieces on there, and you know, painting that, you know, all new panels, all of this rust repair, guys. You ain't finding a lot of people to do this type of work these days. So alright, so that's that piece. All new metal, guys, all new metals. I got a few tacks that I gotta do, but new metal, guys. It's like a drum with a hole in it, like my brother Lee used to say. You can't beat it. Alright, guys, so one of the last things I want to do, I'm going to quit for today. It's about going on 4. Scotty's old lady Liz met her parents at a couple of the get-togethers that we had, and they having I don't know, like a, I don't know what you call it. Is it like a fiesta, or, you know, they're gonna be cooking up some tacos, enchiladas. I don't know what they're doing, but we going by there by 5. So I go in, take a shower, get dressed, get ready. But I want to just make sure that these panels are not heating up, because like I say, that's those sparks spark, and you want to make sure that nothing's heating up in here and that's on fire. So, because now really I was just doing pinholes, so it shouldn't be nothing in there. I always leave a gap when I'm welding, leave a gap always, so I can have somewhere to blow in there just in case something do catch on fire. But still, I want to make sure that none of that stuff on the inside in here, it catches on fire easily. So I want to make sure none of these panels are heating up. So, guys, so I want you to look at how I did this first. I put this bottom lip in here first. Come around, guys, and then I'm gonna tape this off. I'm gonna spray some weld-through primer in there just to seal that off. I already sprayed weld-through primer on this backside, and then I cut and grind this down. I didn't show it all on film, guys, but I cut and grinded this down so it'll fit in there like so. And then I weld all of this up all the way around, and then really this will be ready. I got all the patch pieces in up on top around both sides of the quarters. All I'm gonna do then now is wait on my rockers. All right, so I got this tacked in here, but this line is a little bit too close, so I'm gonna try to come in here. I'm not gonna block the camera view here, but I just want to open that up so I can have so it'll be a gap so I can weld. Sorry, guys. So hey, I like these 3-inch grinding discs, on these discs here, man, they cost so much that I like to break my welds down with the cutting wheel here. Alright, guys, so after I get it down so close, I come in with the 3-inch grinding wheel. Alright, guys, so now you see that's all flush, it's all welded up. I see I got a spot there. I left this open because I was welding this way. Then what I like to do is just leave that little spot. I weld that up, finish welding this up. Now right here, this ain't tucking in as much as I want to. It's flush here. This might have been bent a little bit too low. So I'm gonna just use the cutting wheel. I just cut off that little end there and grind this weld down some, then tack this in. And then what I gotta do, guys, is come in here now, because remember I welded this piece first, this inside lip. Let me see if I can come in here a little better with this. Alright, so I welded this piece in first, guys. Like I said, I do my stuff one piece at a time. I don't have fancy tools that, I had a shrinker and stretcher, and I thought I'd never use it, and I never took the time out to learn how to use it, so I sold it. But I'm learning now that you just never sell your tools, but I mean, I brought it years ago when I first started, and I just never took out the time. I had a project that I needed to use it, so I never learned to use it. But a shrinker stretcher, you could take a L shape and bend it both ways and get your bend on it. But I don't have the fancy tools, so I weld this piece in first, then I get this welded in. So now I grinded this down flush. So now all I'm gonna do is come in either with the cutting wheel, or I'll see if I can get my little saw to come in here And if I can get in there and I'll just open this up some. Let me go on and do that now. Since it is a gap in there, probably need a new blade on here, but and if you notice, I'm trying to cut on this outside piece of metal. I don't want to make this no thinner. So I have that blade pushing up against this metal, and that's why it was bending out. But that's pretty good there, guys. Yeah, that's good there. All right, so yeah, so now I come in and I weld this I weld these last few pieces in, guys, and this piece is done. Alright guys, so I got that welded in there now. That back section welded in there. I'm just waiting on these rockers to come, so I'll see how much of this I gotta cut out, how far do these rockers come out, come back. So I'm waiting on the rockers to come in here, guys, so I'm gonna move on to something else. Well, I'm actually gonna get these body worked and get them in prime, I think. Alright, so now that I got this body worked, like I say, you can see I'm gonna come in now with 320, and I'm gonna get these layers to flatten out some before I prime. Alright guys, I'm probably the only body man that you will ever see do this. But now that I got that all done, now I'm not putting this on here as body filler. In fact, I want most of this to come back off of here. And all I'm doing is using this, and I'll say this one more time. All I'm doing this is just to get in the pinholes. Anywhere I might have a slight pinhole, that's all I'm trying to do here, guys. I'm not really trying to use this for anything else. So I take as much of that back off as I can get. But all I'm trying to use that for, guys, is filling in pinholes. This is just paintable seam sealer, and it's any weld spots that I might have a small pinhole, it's gonna seal it off, guys. Alright, so I got this on here. I'm gonna put my mask on and I'm gonna grind this all the way down, all of this sealer off of here now. So now I blew this off with compressed air. I got to sand this down a little better with 380 just to feather this out. And then I'm going to come through with a slight slim coat of body filler over these areas. Now, I don't know, you can see how this is primer, sealer, paint clear, and clear. So it's feathering out where it's not going to be a thick and hard edge on it. And you should be able to feel that where it's smooth and you're not feeling no deep edge. Alright, so with that tape on there, it's going to keep my body work off. It's going to keep my body work off of the door. So all I want to do, guys, is put a slight slim coat of filler on here, and then I come through with a little heavy, you know, I sand this, and if I have to come in with a second coat, I'll do it later, guys. So alright, so that 36 kind of rough. Alright, so I just want to sand that down. I'm going to come back in and put body filler over this one more time. So yeah, I called about the rockers for this car, and they said, oh, 2 to 4 weeks. The website said that they was in stock, and she said, oh, the website is not hooked up to our inventory, you know, department. Well, whatever. Alright, guys, so anyway, I'm coming in here now, and just gonna kind of flat block this out. Alright, so what I'm looking at here, guys, is that I'm trying to sand till I start seeing this blend in down here. And I am using 80 grit right now. I'm just trying to get this to blend in. And I'm starting to see it. See that it's just starting to blend in into the primers here. So that's good. Then I want to round these edges. That's good there. Alright, I'm going to cut this off. I got to round this edge off. So if you look here real close, I got this pretty much body work to sand it out. So I'm going to just come in, put a little primer in this area, and I'm going to prime this one last time. And I'm going to lightly sand this primer to this blends all in here. I'm going to wet sand it with 600. So I'm going to come in and finish this up. Alright, so now I got that all, if you see, I just primed a little higher than where, you know, like the body work was right in here, but I primed this a little more, so I sand this one last time, and I sand this whole thing one last time right before I get ready to paint the whole car. So the same thing here, I blended that in and everything on this panel too. So hey guys, next video I'm gonna be coming in, I'm gonna be showing how to do the lower rocker, and I mean, yeah, the outside rocker on this car was all rotted out, so